Hey y'all, happy Saturday. I am on my way to an adventure and I'm taking you with me because this is historic. This is a historic, really cool adventure. Okay, so y'all may have heard, probably have heard, that there is a group of Buddhist monks who are hiking from, I think it was Fort Worth, Texas, all the way to Washington, D.C. They're doing a walk to promote peace, right? It's not a protest, so to speak. It is just a silent, meditative walk from Texas to Washington, D.C. And every day they stop for lunch somewhere and they stop, to rest overnight somewhere. And they have visiting hours during these rests. Like today, they were in Bishop, Georgia from like 11 to 1 or something. I was working and couldn't go. Tonight, they are in Arnoldsville, Georgia, which is apparently 30 minutes from where I now live. And they're going to be there from 6 till 9 p.m. So I am going to go see these famous peace monks and their peace puppy. They have a rescue dog that is hiking with them. Dog's name is Aloka, which I think means light in whatever language. So yeah, I am going to go, hopefully, see the peace monks. And look, I got my peace sign, I got my tie-dye, I got all the stuff, right? Peace, love, and sparkle. So yeah, that is my wild Saturday night. My idea of a wild Saturday night is to go see a bunch of Buddhist monks who are doing a peace walk across America, because why not? Okay, we are about 3 miles out from where the monks are going to be resting tonight. And they're having visiting hours between 6 and 9 p.m. if I didn't tell you that already. And I am hopeful, I don't know, I'm anxious about the traffic. There were 1,000 people at their lunchtime rest stop today, literally 1,000 people. And traffic was apparently a nightmare. So with me working until almost 12, yeah, that's why I didn't even bother to even try for lunchtime today. But yeah, this is something super historic and unique. You know that this does not happen every day. Yeah, you have individuals walking across America for one cause or another, or just because they feel like it, they just go Forrest Gump and just get to walking and keep walking, and sure, why not? And some people walk for, their own personal missions or to promote a message or whatever, but you don't see a gaggle of Buddhist monks walking across America every day. I mean, I'm almost 53, have not seen it in 53 years, and likely will not see it again before I die. I mean, maybe I will, who knows. But it's a very rare thing, and it's very historic, so, whether or not I agree with Buddhism literally doesn't matter. They are out here trying to promote love and peace and kindness, and challenging us all to be mindful and peaceful, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. So I am very excited because this is historic. This is a big deal. So yeah, alright, almost there. So far so good, but I'm scared we're going to turn this next turn and end up in a mess of traffic. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, half a mile away, and here it is. Yeah, you can see on the left side of the road there is a bunch of cars parked on the side of the road, and you know what? I don't know if my car can, I don't like that hill. That hill gives me anxiety. I was going to park on the side of the road like they are, and I'm going to regret not doing it, but that's a fairly steep hill, and I have a fairly tiny car, so I don't think that would be a good idea. Oh, I could have parked there. Dang it. I'm an idiot. Okay, well, this gives me anxiety. This is what I was scared of, but we shall see what we shall see. Okay, it gives me anxiety having my car parked on a hill like that, but you know what? Good enough. I am about half a mile from the Peace Monks, so we're gonna go on a hike.
You're looking for something within the last 2 hours.
So they're still walking.
Yeah, they're still coming. Yeah, they're going to be coming from this direction, and then they'll be coming down here, and they'll have their dinner and their talk down here at the end.
Okay, so it's about 6 o'clock now, and the monks are estimated to arrive around 8 p.m. As you can see, there is a huge crowd here at the venue. So basically, we are all going to hang out here until it officially hits 6 o'clock, and around 6 o'clock they're going to open the venue, and we can all head down to the pavilion where the monks will be speaking and hanging out once they get here. Their estimated time of arrival is 8 o'clock p.m. So, yeah, we're just chilling. So we are walking down the driveway to this beautiful, very big Airbnb. I want to say it's called the Oak Ridge Lodge, I think. Not sure. But they are definitely ready. Oh, I think that's the Monks RV. They do have a support vehicle. Lots of lights down there, and this is just a beautiful place. This is I'm glad I came to this one because this is more rural. There's trees, there's woods, it's a dark road. I'm right at home, as opposed to going to one of the city venues. So I think this one is going to be a very good evening, and being that it's this location as opposed to being right in the middle of a city, I don't think we'll have to worry about obnoxious protesters and such. Yes, there were people protesting the monks. People with megaphones being obnoxious. I can believe it. Which I think is why they are changing their route so often and avoiding certain places. That's just my theory. I could be wrong. Okay, so I'm here with a few hundred, if not 1,000 of my closest friends, so to speak. And the monks are scheduled to arrive here around 8 p.m., give or take, so about an hour and a half from now. And yeah, so we are just kind of hanging out, just and waiting.
Let compassion lead our way. Every heart can learn to heal. Every wound can slowly seal. In this world of joy and grief, we rise again and walk for peace. Walk for peace, walk for light. Walk through day and walk through night. Hand in hand, the world will see. Peace begins with you and me. Walk for truth, walk for love. Guided by the stars above. Let all hatred finally cease. Come with me. Let's walk for peace. Across the land from sea to sea, a message carried peacefully. 120-day walk so wide, 2,300 miles they stride. Buddhist monks with hearts so pure, a loca walking strong and sure. Step by step their prayers increase, calling all to walk for peace. Let's Through the valleys of the mountains, let our gentle courage rise. Peace is born in every moment, and compassion fills our Let's walk for peace. Come with me.
St. George.
Let's walk for peace.
They ain't gonna believe you.
Okay, as you can see, I have left the venue where the monks were speaking. I am creeping along extremely slowly. Oh, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people here. I mean, and look, I'm probably a good mile from the venue now, and there's still cars parked along the side of the road. It was really a very beautiful experience. You know, you ever just see somebody and kindness and love just kind of oozes from them? That was the feeling I got, especially from the main monk who was doing the speaking. And the crowd here in Arnoldsville was entirely respectful. Before the monks arrived, you know, they said, hey, no clapping, no cheering, no being loud. You can do the jazz hands, which is, apparently American Sign Language for clapping. You can do that, or you can bow to show respect, but no being loud. And I mean, you could have heard a pin drop. You could have heard a pin drop. It was very respectful, very quiet. And the monk, he spoke on, mindfulness and being at peace with ourselves and others. And just all sorts of stuff that I'm going to have to try to remember and write down later, because I know my brain will not hold it all. And I wanted to video it, but I didn't. So I'm like, oh, I'm never going to remember any of this. But it was very beautiful. They led a forgiveness meditation, basically, where they had us think through all the people in our lives, from parents onward. And basically it was, the Buddhist version of an examination of conscience. How have I harmed these different people? So, mentally home yet, obviously. About 15 minutes from home, driving along, and I saw, ta-da, Waffle House, otherwise known as Southern Hibachi. Anyway, I needed coffee. Even though I had a 3-hour nap after work today, I am dragging. It's like 10 o'clock, after 10 o'clock now, and I'm freaking never up this late anymore. So, yeah. I had coffee, I had waffles, I have coffee to go, so I should be able to make the last 15 minutes home with no problem, right? Yeah, we'll go with that. Yay, coffee! Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Yep, I am headed to church. I just realized that I never got around to, finishing my video last night, so I'm kind of doing it now. I didn't fall asleep till like after midnight, so of course I way overslept. I'm not going to be late for the actual liturgy itself, which starts around 10-ish, but I'm still going to be far later than I wanted to be. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I am up and I am out the door and I am going. Yay! St. Philothea Greek Orthodox Church in Watkinsville, Georgia. That is my new parish home. It's about 9 miles from where I live now. And it is a fabulous, amazing parish. If you're in the area, please come visit. Anyway, sorry about that, y'all. I missed a turn and had to turn around because I do not know my way around here yet. I mean, I have no sense of direction at all. Like, I still use my GPS to get around a lot of places in Toccoa, and I lived there for 3 years, so, go figure. Anyway, yeah, I am trying to find the words to kind of summarize the peace vigil last night, and I'm not really coming up with anything. There was a part of me, I was born in 1973, so I was somewhat after the hippie heyday. But I remember I was standing there and I've got my tie-dye on and I've got, my little peace sign necklace, and I'm standing with people of all backgrounds and all faiths. I was standing next to several other Christians. Elderly gentleman who was a Vietnam veteran. He and his wife were there, and he was talking about how they were, getting up to go to church today, and after church they had a funeral. Just beautiful, sweet people. So people of all races, all religions, all backgrounds. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people came to see the monks and hear them talk. I was standing next to a beautiful Vietnam veteran, a Gulf War veteran, a Great War on Terror veteran, Army, Navy, all the things. Just hundreds of people from everywhere. And, we kind of briefly had the discussion that nobody loves peace more than folks who have seen the exact opposite of peace. Like, true story. And so occasionally, peace has to be maintained through superior firepower, but those occasions are a lot more rare than we like to think, I think. But, at any rate, are the monks walking across America going to absolutely change the world, and now everybody's going to be singing Kumbaya, being happy and peaceful, and everything is good? Well, no, because life doesn't work that way. But what they're doing is challenging each one of us to cultivate peace within ourselves, within our hearts. Peace within ourselves, peace within our families, and then peace in our neighborhoods, in our towns, in our state, in our country, all the whatever's going to happen tomorrow or 10 minutes from now, it's going to happen. Be present right here, right now. And in hiking world, step one foot in front of the other and just keep going. And being present now. Don't rush through things. Take time to absorb the beauty and the joy that is around you. And that was their message. You know, they are not protesting. You know, it was not a peace protest, which generally end up very unpeaceful, if I am remembering my history correctly. It was a peace walk. It was a walking prayer, in a way. And, you know, as an Orthodox Christian, we believe that, you know, our bodies are not just random things we're trapped in. Our bodies and our souls are intimately intertwined. What we do with our body affects our soul. What we do with our soul affects our body. It's all interlaced, right? So that's why we make the sign of the cross. That's why we stand during liturgy, during worship. That's why we make prostrations, especially during Lent, where we're humbling ourselves. That's why, you know, we fast to the best of our abilities on Wednesdays and Fridays. It's, you know, body and soul are very much intertwined. And so, just doing the sign of the cross, that's a prayer. I didn't say a single word. May not have even thought a single thought, but this here is a prayer. Walking can be a prayer. And even though obviously they have different beliefs, Buddhists don't believe in like an actual God, a divine being, so to speak. But their walking is in itself a prayer. And, you know, I think we see scriptural examples of walking being a prayer or a proclamation. The armies of Israel marched around Jericho 7 times in obedience to God's command. That was walking in faith, literally. There's other examples, I just can't think of any at the moment. Oh, when Jesus healed the 10 lepers and he said, go show yourselves to the priest. They weren't healed until they started walking. And as they were going, they were healed. So walking, in and of itself, can be a prayer if it is done with intention and mindfulness for a purpose. And I think that's what they were doing within their own system of belief, which is very different from my system of belief, but also there are commonalities in general principles on some things. Not a lot of things, but some things there are: love, peace, humility. And it was amazing. Unfortunately, you know, some of the cities here in Georgia, they have received a lot of literal hate, like in the bigger cities. People screaming at them, cursing at them. They've had people with megaphones yelling over them. And I know these people, I don't know the people who did it, but having formerly been a person like that, I know that they're preaching, trying to scream preach over them. They most likely meant it from a place of love, like, oh my God, all these people are going to hell, and if I don't scream over them, everybody's going to die and go to hell, and you know, we don't want that. But like rude, obnoxious, disruptive behavior, I have not seen anyone say, oh gosh, yes, they are right, that draws me to Christ, because these guys were angry and obnoxious and rude, and you know, it has repelled a lot of people. It had the opposite effect. But you know how the monks responded? The monks responded the way we are supposed to respond. The monks were better Christians than me. They responded by not reacting to whatever was getting thrown their way. They responded by saying, may you be well, may you be in peace. Christian virtue of turning the other cheek and praying for enemies better than I do. Better than a lot of us do. So there's a challenge for you. They literally walk out their belief of love and humility and harmony. And it's amazing. So yes, these are all rambling thoughts that make no sense. I have not had coffee. I overslept. I am like all discombobulated, so I apologize if none of this made sense or if I said anything wrong or out of line. Throw some grace my way, because like I'm not really all here today. I'm just out of it. But yeah, I am now in my church parking lot, so I am going to go in. And y'all have an amazing day. Go hiking somewhere if you can. And yes, please be at peace. And while I'm going into church, I will light a candle for all of you and myself, because Lord knows I need it. So thank you. Have a great day. And remember, live, love, hike. Whether you're walking across America or whether you're going down a local nature trail, live, love, and hike. Bye for now.